Hey everybody, it's Blaise, and I've got something really cool for you. I've got some really neat new Photoshop brushes that I've been creating for a while now, and I've just kind of gotten them perfected, and I'd like to demonstrate them for you. They're going to be on my website, and they're really neat. I've always tried to figure out how I can create really convincing hair through brushes. I use a lot of photo textures and that sort of thing, but I wanted to find some brushes that I could use that give me what I want when I'm trying to do creatures and animals and that sort of thing in my illustrations and paintings. And I had a hard time finding good brushes out there, so I decided to start trying to figure out how to make some myself. And I finally figured out kind of some really cool methods, and I want to show you some of them. I'm just going to go ahead. I've got a document opened up right now, and I'm going to show you. Whoops, let me undo that. I'm going to show you some of these brushes. So here's the first one. Right here, you see I've got a lot of brushes, but at the very top, I've got a whole bunch up top, and those are the ones that I'm going to be making available for you guys. Now watch this. I'm just going to brush. See how the hair, what's really neat is no matter what direction I pull my stylus, that hair direction will follow. And so it makes it really great when you want to kind of lay in hair on a creature or character, that sort of thing. So let me show you something real quick. Just gonna lay in very quickly some hair right here. Now one of the things you can do with this, let's say I want to make this look round. Well, I'm going to open up my presets, my brush controls, and I can turn the orientation. See that? I'm turning that orientation. I can turn that orientation, and now I can get that hair to stick out on the edges. See that? Like it's going around. Pull that orientation the other way. Look at that. I got it sticking out the other way. Put that orientation right back straight up again. And we got it right there. Now look at that. That looks pretty neat. You know, you can see all that great hair texture that took no time at all to lay in. But what's really neat, watch what we can do. I'm going to go ahead and lock this layer. You see this little checkerboard over here? It says lock. I'm going to go ahead and lock that. And what that does, it enables me to paint over the top of this fur that we just created, but it won't go outside what we've already painted. So what's neat is I can go in, I can start playing with values and hue, or at least our color. And I'm going to go ahead and just drag that over the top and see how, and I can go lightly. There we go. Go even lighter with it. Once again, I'm going to turn that orientation just a bit. Bring it over here. And look at that. Nice and nice and hairy. There we go. I'm going to go a little darker. Let's go a little bigger with the brush, see what happens. Get some bigger hairs over here. Now I want to do like maybe there's a secondary light over on the left side. It's people see me use my blue light a lot. Well, let's do a blue light. And I'm going to turn that orientation and just kind of hit the edges. I'm going to go a little smaller with that brush. And then go a little lighter with my touch. So I've got the pressure sensitivity on there. The opacity there. And now I'm going to go back to my brush there. And let's go ahead and straighten it back up. Turn it back a little bit. There we go. Look at that. We got really cool hair. Now watch this. I can create a layer on top, and I'm going to go ahead and set it to overlay. That's the blend mode. Put that onto overlay. Get a nice bright warm color. I'm going to go ahead and orient that brush a little more. There we go. Like that. Come on over here. And look, I can get that nice and bright, like it's getting hit with light. Look at that. Isn't that neat? And boom, we got hair. Now, let me show you some of the other brushes we've got. So that's that one. Look at this one. This is cool. This is like if you're doing an animal that has short hair, let's say a dog or something like that, that has short cropped hair. I'm going to turn that all the way up. And look at this. Or maybe it's a horse, or maybe it's a lion. You know, their coat is this short hair. You see that? Let's go ahead and play with some of these colors. And all I'm doing is I'm just brushing it right on. And you'll be able to do this. Look at that. Very cool stuff. There's that one. Let's go ahead and try another one. I'll show you some of these other brushes we've got here. Here's some shaggy, multicolored hair that you can just brush right on. Look at that. And what's great, like I said, is it'll just go in the direction you want it to go. It follows the brush stroke. And if you put the tip pressure on, I can make it go small and bigger. Look at that. In just a matter of seconds, you've got hair that you can lay right onto your character. See that? Look how easy that is. And you can paint over the top of it. You can use it as a base. It's really great. Let's create another layer. Let's see what else we've got. That one's very similar, but this one I tried to make it a little bit more coarse. I wanted very coarse hair. What's really neat, you know what else it does? Let's make it green. It makes good grass. Look at that. So it's not just hair, it's grass. You can make it bushes. It's anything you want it to be. Anything that requires a lot of brush strokes like this and flow, you can create with this. Let's do another one. Oh, this one's kind of fun. This is kind of a wavy, kind of downy, like under fur. Like if you looked at a buffalo and you look at the fur around their neck, it gets really kind of bushy. Look at that. And let's go a little darker over here. Put some dark hair in there. We'll go a little brighter on this side over here. Just go very light with it. See that? Look at that. Very quickly, you've got some hair. Some very nice, shaggy. It makes a nice beard. I was watching Lord of the Rings last night, or not Lord of the Rings, but The Hobbit, the new Hobbit, and this would make a nice elf beard. See that? Let's turn on, let's see what else we got. This is softer hair that I created. It's got nice soft edges, nice soft ends, both ends of the hair. You know, both the top and the bottom ends of the hair, the individual hairs, I made soft. So the whole thing will get like a very nice, soft kind of downy kind of feel to it. And I'm just brushing it all on. See that? There we go. Look at that. It just gets a great effect. You can really experiment with it and come up with all kinds of fun stuff with as far as layering goes. And like I said, if I wanted to create a new layer and go to the overlay and make it nice and bright and warm. Look at that. I can brighten it right up. It's getting hit by light. Oh man, that's cool. Look at that. Really neat hair. Let's see what else we got. I've got so many in here. This one's a bit more, it's a bit longer, this hair. See that? Nice texture. All right, let's go to the next one. Here's one that is kind of, whoops, create a new layer. There we go. More short, kind of coarse hair. There's, let's see what this one is. This is much more kind of messy. So you can, if you make it really short, it comes out looking very fuzzy, which is kind of cool. See there? This is fun. Watch this. So I wanted to do some really curly hair. You want to do an afro or just curly hair on a character? Look at this. I'm going to make this a little smaller because it's slowing my brush down. Let me blow this up. Look at that nice, really curly hair. It's fun. And I can, like I said, play with the colors. See there? And I've got another brush that's more round, not quite as messy. Whoop, make that smaller. We can put it right on top. See, this one's all circles, but when you scribble with it, makes a really great little kind of knotted up mess. And you can work right over the top. Look at that. Pretty neat. This is a cool one here. This one I created. I'm going to go brighter with it so you can see this a little better. See that? See how nice, and I'm making like a puff ball, just radiating out from the center and creating this little puff ball. You see how it feels just kind of like some of the fur is kind of matted together. And I was looking at bear fur, and this is kind of what I came up with and how I thought maybe bear fur could be created with a custom brush. And if I go, maybe let's say it's a grizzly bear, you know, it kind of looks like bear fur, like so. You see that? Pretty neat. And I even have stubble. You want to make stubble? You can make stubble on a character. Look at that. See? So I've got all kinds of different hair needs. There's stubble right there. Just brushing it on, just painting it on, and making it go any direction you want it to go. See that? So let's put it to use. I've got this caricature that I did of myself for my Facebook page, and I thought it might be kind of fun to just have some fun with it. And so I'm going to throw a layer over the top, and I'm a big fan of Bob Ross. I don't know if you guys out there are, but I like Bob Ross. I always thought he was a great guy. He loved art. Let's give myself a Bob Ross haircut. I'm going to go a little bigger with that hair, with those curls. I'm just creating a new layer, and I'm just painting it on, swirling it in, trying to create a nice afro like good old Bob Ross had. It's kind of funny. There we go. And then all I got to do is take my eraser and go in and kind of clean up these edges. I want my cheeks to be in front. Clean up the edges there. There we go. There. Now let's go ahead and lock it again. I'm going to hit some, let's hit some darker hair down in here. Just lightly. We'll make this kind of dark over here. I'm just working it kind of quickly. There you go. You see that? Like so. Now I'm going to jump over to my tight curls there. I'm going to let those kind of do the work on top now. I'm working over on the left side. There. Getting a nice afro going. Now I want some, the light source is coming from the right, so I want to get some nice warm color over here. Turn that up a bit. There we go. Let's make that a little bit more pure. Get some more pure color in there. And just let it kind of fade out towards the bottom. Get these nice and bright. Maybe we're catching a little bit of light along the edge here. There. Let's go a little brighter with it right along here. That's kind of funny. Look how quick this goes. And it's a blast just laying this stuff in. Now you can see I've got like a blue reflected light along the left side. Well, let's go ahead and grab that blue. And I'm just going to lightly start to lay in right along the edges here. This reflected light. And because I've locked that layer, it only is drawing on the hairs that create that bottom layer. Look at that. So it's nice. Get this nice reflected light feel. Look at that. We just created hair. Let's do a little layer on top. We'll do the overlay blend mode. Go with a nice warm bright color. Let's just brighten up a little hot spot over on the left side of my head, right side of the screen, left side of my head. There. Maybe it catches a little light over there. Look at that. I've got an afro. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and try a beard. We'll create a layer on top. And I'm gray, so let's go with the gray. And, you know, this is a fun brush. I haven't shown you guys this one yet. This is nice and kind of gnarly. Gnarly, look at that. Nice gnarly hair. I'm going to blow that up a little bit more so you can see it. Let's just draw this right out. It's nice and thick. See how nice that lays in there with this brush? No, nothing to it. Very, very simple. I love this kind of stuff. It's a blast. You kind of turn into a kid. You can experiment. I was pulling up photos of my friends and giving them funny hairstyles, and it's a blast to do this stuff. And it makes it very easy when you have a brush that can do this. You can see I just laid in, just going in the direction I want the hair to lay in. That's the direction I paint. Now I'm going to go back in, clean up some of these edges, get the hair off my lip, clean up some of these edges over here, you can see. There we go. Just cleaning those up. There. I look like I'm Amish. There we go. Let's pull that out. Cool. Now, like we did before, I'm going to double that up. I'm going to lock that layer. And I'm going to go ahead and grab some brighter color and just lay that in. See that? Laying that in right there. There we go. Now let's go with some darker color. I'm going to go cool with it also. Go darker. And this, lay that, press that pressure sensitivity down, the opacity down, so I can get a little bit more subtle with it. Get some darker shadowy areas here on the beard. Look at that. It's feeling nice. See how quick and easy this is? I'm going to, real quick, I'm going to put a layer underneath the beard layer. I'm going to set it to multiply. Make it kind of a warm mid-tone. And look at this. I'm creating a shadow under the beard. Scribbling it in real quick. I make this a little smaller, the brush a little smaller. Create a shadow there, like it's casting a shadow. Casting a shadow there. Let's clean it up a little bit with the eraser. There, casting a bit of a shadow in there. There, now that beard feels like it's sitting on my face. There we go. Now let's go back to there. And I'm going to darken this up in here a little bit. There we go. Now let's go back to the brighter color just to get that shadow area not so overpowering. And we'll make that a little brighter over here. It's catching light. This is funny. And then once again, it's going to be catching some of that reflected light, right? Or the secondary light source. So let's just hit those edges. Once again, because I've got it locked, this layer locked, all it's going to do is hit the hair was laid down initially. So now it feels like I'm catching some reflected light there. And now let's go ahead like we did before, set it to overlay. Nice bright warm color. Now let's brighten that up. It's really catching some light. I'll make it even warmer. There we go. Nice white beard. Kind of a Santa Bob Ross. Look at that. It's kind of funny. So you can see the fun you can have with it. And look at this. I can come in. I'm going to see if I can find the right brush here. Is it this one? Because this is really fun. Create a new layer on top. I'm going to turn that off. Turn my pressure, the tapering, pressure sensitivity off. Look at this. I'm going to make a mustache. Look at that. See how easy that is? Make it a little bigger. Oh, a little too big. Now let's turn that opacity control on. Now we're going to erase some of this back, like I did before. Clean that up around the mouth. Now we can go in and just get those edges nice and a little bit more hairy. Oh, got a little too much there. Oh, man, it's picking up my, there we go. We'll go a little more this way. Look at that. And then just like we did before, let's go ahead and lock it. And we'll go dark with it, go subtle there. Dark shadow. Maybe it's dark under the nose there. The nose is casting a shadow. This is all kind of dark over here. Let's go with that blue reflected light. There, see that? And we'll go, once again, we'll go real bright over here. There we go. And let's put a shadow underneath. Multiply. And it's casting a shadow. Like so. See the fun you can have with it? It's these hairbrushes are a blast. And this is just a handful. I've got I think 24. Got 24 different types of hair that you can experiment with, you can play with. But have some fun with it. Play with your tilt, the orientation in the brush presets. And And also play with locking those layers like I showed you. And there's a lot of great things you can do with it. So anyway, enjoy these brushes. I hope they come in handy. I'm having a blast with them. They're really helping me with a lot of my creature design and that sort of thing. So anyway, until next time, enjoy them. I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.